What's up, guys? Found something that I wanted to share with you guys. It's pretty incredible and it has some pretty neat implications and applications. Just off the top of my head, there's numerous applications for something like this. So I'm was restoring somebody's headlight, and I needed some 3000 grit sandpaper before I used the plastic polish. So I went to my local auto parts store and found 3M 3000 grit Trizact sandpaper. And what this is it's 3M's Trizact abrasive, but it's on this foam type pad. As you can see, the foam's fairly thick, probably I'd say 2 mil thick, and it's designed to just be a really consistent sanding surface, very fine and consistent surface. And I was actually playing around with this, and I was thinking, well, what happens if I strop on this surface? So I took 2 knives to test it on. 3 knives actually. I did it on my M390 Para also. I took my Chris Reeve Insingo. This was a new in-box knife. It had a standard Chris Reeve edge on it, which I'm sorry to say is piss poor. It was very, very dull. I did matched the angle on the knife, and I did very, very light strokes, extremely light strokes. And to my surprise, it is not only burnished, so a strop burnishes, and that's what makes it cut so cleanly. It is not only burnished, but it also sharpened the edge. So if you can see that this area here is darker than the rest, that's the steel embedded in the Trizact paper. And I think you can see it on my finger, not real sure. But when you rub your finger across this, you pick up some of that steel. And if I had a white surface, I'm sure you can see my finger's dark and dirty. Can you hand me a piece of paper towel, Chelsea? I'll wet it a little bit. That's a huge piece, but that's fine. So just to see if you can see the steel, I don't know if you can see it on my finger or not. So I'm going to wet a piece of paper towel and wipe it. Just set it down if you don't mind. So I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but trust me that, hang on, I'm going to just wipe the pad to clean it. So you can definitely see the steel coming off the pad. So it is cutting, albeit very slowly, it is cutting. Anyway, what I wanted to say is it not only burnishes the edge, so the edge is finished and will cut paper extremely cleanly, but it also sharpens the knife. To use a fairly extreme example, I've used my heavily used S110V Native, and I just stropped it, probably 20 strokes per side. Not only is it extremely burnished, so it's really clean, it now shaves hair, which it didn't do before. And S110V has a huge carbide content. So if this can cut an S110V Native in 20 passes per side, this has some really neat implications for field sharpening or touch-ups on really high alloyed steels. So it's really neat. I'm going to get Chelsea, can you come hold this camera and just put it right here? Well, we're cooking cookies right now, so give me a minute. Let's see how I can do this. I'm going to try and set you guys up. Where's the camera? Right here. Going to try, and sorry for the impromptu video, but I don't have long to make videos right now, and I wanted to show you guys this. Screw it. You're just going to have to take my word for it. This thing was nowhere near paper cutting. It still had a lot of aggression, but it was nowhere near paper cutting. And then now, I guess she can hold the camera. Just hold it right there until I come back. So this is receipt paper from the post office, and just to prove, or not prove a point, but show you, It's very, very cleanly cutting now, and that's directly off of this Trizact pad. So, I mean, if you can hear how clean, I mean, a straight section. It's extremely, extremely clean. And this is even cleaner, of course, because did you hear that? A lot less carbide laden, but listen. It's just so clean, and that's right off of that pad, and it shaves hair. I mean, it's like nothing, and it was dull before, so that's pretty incredible. It's like a sharpening stone and strop all in one. So all you guys that are into freehand sharpening, not freehand, really any sharpening, go pick up one of these pads and play around with it. I've gotten some really, really interesting results from it. For this to be able to cut that cleanly in this, I mean, it zips through it like I've stropped it on the diamond compound. I mean, it's very, very clean and very sharp, and it was not sharp at all before I did it, and neither was this one. So go ahead and pick you up some of this and check it out, and let me know what you think. Just remember, put it on a flat surface like this granite, whatever kind of flat surface you have, and just do very, very light strokes. You won't think you're doing anything, but I promise you are. Very light strokes so you don't round the edge, and test it out. It is pretty neat. I mean, it's since this foam is back here, I'm guessing you could even load this with compound and have like a dual-sided strop. So you have really aggressive stropping and then your compound on the back. But anyway, pretty neat. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Got this at Advanced Auto Parts in the paint repair section. So check it out. Let me know what you think.